If you're looking for something different to pair with your traditional Thanksgiving dinner, we have Rick here with Jax Fish House, who's got a wonderful dish for us and a wonderful idea. Thanks so much for being here, Rick.
Thanks for having me, Cynthia.
Yeah, so tell me, what have we got going here?
So we're going to prepare an oyster stuffing today, just in time for Thanksgiving. Oyster stuffing is a traditional recipe that a lot of times when you see the recipe, it calls for canned oysters. But at Jax, we have a responsibility to bring you fresh shucked oysters. So I'm going to show you how to shuck an oyster safely in preparation for the dish. Okay. So we have an East Coast oyster. This is our Emerson oyster. It's a proprietary oyster for Jax. And the first thing you want to do is grab a towel. Sure. And the towel's for safety. Oh. So you want to wrap it around your finger and just hold the oyster like that. Okay. Then you grab an oyster knife, and you want a flat blade with a non-slip handle. Take that, and you'll seat that into the beak of the oyster. Okay. And then once you have it in there, you don't want to push too hard. Okay. It will. You just need to get it seated in there, and then give it a little twist. And there you go. It kind of loosens and kind of loosens it up. It takes just a little bit of work. But there you go. But you really do have to watch where you're pointing the knife, right? Exactly.
You're pointing it away from your body.
Yep. And point it, well, you you're pointing in towards the oyster, but then you are protecting your hand with the towel. Good. From there, all you have to do is cut away the top. You just slide the knife in and lift the top away. There you go. Nice. There it is. And what you want to preserve is the oyster liquor. The oyster liquor is part of the dish. So one more cut. Like that. Cut the abductor muscle away, and then just strain it off. Okay. So once that's in there, just strain that off. The shells go away. All right. And then you take your oysters and separate them out. Now, to make the stuffing, you want to first, because bacon makes everything better, you want to render off a little bit of bacon. Do you need this? Yeah, a little bit of smoked bacon. So you'll just render that off, and then you'll take your vegetables and saute them down in the bacon fat. Once everything's cooked up, you just kind of toss it all together in a big mixing bowl. Breadcrumbs, and we use a little bit of jalapeno cornbread just because that gives it a little zip. Yeah, exactly. Sure. So toss that in, and of course the bacon. Take your oysters, and once they've been prepared, just toss those in there. One big happy family. That's it. A lot of herbs and spices, of course, and you'll toss those into the dish. We use these as garnish at the end. Oh, at the end. So yeah, exactly. All right. So the key, the reason why we save that oyster liquor is you want to mix that in with your eggs, your herbs, and you'll whisk all of that together before you toss it in. So everything just kind of goes into the bowl, makes a nice big happy family there. And is this a very popular dish? Do people love this? Around the holidays, it's fantastic. It's and you can make it's actually really simple to make at home. You can whip it together, and just adding a little bit of oysters adds some nice zip to it. And you can flavor it with the, whatever you really enjoy as well. I imagine you can, change it up a little bit. Yeah, exactly. We throw a little fennel and parsley in there, and parsnips as well, so some root vegetables. The other thing that we add is a little bit of a hot sauce. Okay. The recipe that we have calls for Tabasco, the one that we provide online, but we also have our Jax proprietary hot sauce as well, so it's a little cayenne pepper sauce that has a nice little vinegar bite to it as well. Well, Rick, we're going to put this online, so if you missed the recipe, you can get it online at KSHB.com, and thanks so much for coming and sharing this. I have a little bit left over. Would you like to taste a little bit? We'll be tasting during the commercial break, or while Jeff's doing the weather. Jeff? Perfect.